Welcome back, friends, to another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Liz87 here, and in this video, we are going to be talking about the upcoming new weapons on the global side of the game called Ultima Weapons. So for those players that don't know what they are quite yet, hopefully with this guide, you will have a better understanding of them and how to acquire them. Now, disclaimer, before I get into it, is that Ultima Weapons are not gacha weapons. Let me repeat that again for the players that did not hear. Ultima Weapons are not gacha weapons. They are 100% free to acquire. My hot takers out there, they're going to be, oh, but there's Mog Pass missions that give you even more materials to gather them. So this game is pay to win. Bullshit. Let's just call him bullshit on that statement. The Mog Pass is only going to accelerate the creation of Ultima Weapons, but they are 100% free to acquire. All right, friends? So don't let any of those hot takers dissuade you or get your hopes down, so to say, for these Ultima Weapons. All right, now, how the heck do we get an Ultima Weapon? You actually create them in the game. There's going to be a brand new material introduced called the Providence Core you use to create them. Now, for the purposes of this video, for this demonstration, I am going to be using my JP account. All the menus on the global side, because they are not released quite yet, they're still on par. They're pretty much in the same spot, so you could still follow along this guide so you can reach said menus on the global side. All right, now there's going to be a brand new menu introduced. So you guys see my little chocobo boards with the Mog flapping for the missions. I did not do quite yet. There's an icon right next to it. That is the Providence Core icon, along with how to access that new menu. So you click on that. You're going to see a few things in this brand new menu. You're going to see a list of characters, and you're going to see up on top, right here, you guys see, look near the top, the inventory of how many Providence Cores you actually have. If you click on one of those characters, you're going to see new missions for that character. Now, the units that populate this new menu are units whose crystal level 90 cap has been unlocked. They do not have to be at crystal level 90. For example, here, this Braska, he's still crystal level 91, yet he is appearing on there, okay? So they do not have to be at crystal level 90 to be on this menu, but they do have to be at crystal level 90 to meet this very first mission, which will give you 10 new Providence Cores. So that's one of two missions. The second mission, as you see right here, this is telling you that you have to use that character in a slot for a Lufenia special mission Providence Core requirement. Let's go ahead and talk about that here, because that's probably going to be the most confusing part. All right, so once Ultima Weapons are released on the global side of the game, every single Lufenia stage since the beginning of Dawn, they're going to have a brand new tab in there. So let me go ahead and go in here. Lufenia, and that is that special Providence Core missions. Now, I'm going to try to preemptively answer some questions here. If you are familiar with JP, if you're not, just some future foresight is that you guys see here that there's only Lufenia followed by Shinryu. So on JP, Lufenia and Lufenia Plus, they've been merged to make way for the new Shinryu difficulty stage level 300. Shinryus do not, at this moment, they do not have those Providence Core missions. Only Lufenia difficulty stages do. All right, friends? So I just wanted to answer that just in case it did come up. Now, on global, since we do have Lufenia and Lufenia Plus, the missions, these tabs right here, it's even if you do one or the other, they are the same for that event or that story chapter stage. All right, friends? So if you meet, for example, the Lufenia Plus, if you fill the slots, the lower Lufenia will be the exact same thing. So if you are having trouble with the Lufenia Plus, you could do the Lufenia stage. This will all make sense here in a second. You could do the Lufenia stage to carry said character to meet the slots, and you probably repeat it 3 times again if you're having difficulties in order to carry a unit to fill these slots so you can meet the mission to collect those 5 Providence Cores. All right, now let me explain what we're seeing here. When you first see this for the very first time, these numbers right here, it's going to be 0 out of 3. What this is telling you is that you could bring up to 3 crystal level 90 unlocked units to the stage to fill one of these 3 slots in order to meet that mission. Now, a unit does not have to be at crystal level 90 in order to fill one of these slots. They just have to be they just have to be on the team when you beat the stage, okay? When you clear the stage, they have to be on the team, okay? So that's where I was saying where you might have to repeat a Lufenia difficulty stage if you're having trouble, just to carry a unit a few times. Now, once a stages or an event's Lufenia Providence Core mission on here, as soon as one of those slots is filled, you can no longer bring any other units to try to fill the slots. Once you're at 3, that's it. You cannot meet any more missions for that character on one of these stages. You have to find another Lufenia to bring them on there. You can still bring that character onto that same difficulty or any of the other difficulties. That it's just telling you that slots have been filled. No more missions can be met for that character. Now, the game will tell you if a character does meet the condition. So I brought my Eroa here, who's still Crystal level 80. Even if it was that level 1 Braska, that Crystal level 1 Braska, let's say you go on here, you're about to start the stage. You click yes. The game is telling you, all right, this character meets the condition. There's still so many slots available. Do you want to bring them on here so you could fill that slot? You're going to say yes, or you can just decline. Plain and simple. All right, friends? Now, let's go back to that menu, because I do want to clarify a few more things. Okay, now let's go back to Eroa as my example. Now, let's say, for example, that Lufenia stage you brought, you have it completely filled, and you have no idea where else you want to go. If you click on the second mission, that tab right there, this is literally going to show you a full list of all the Lufenias unlocked in the game. Now, you're going to see a few things. You're going to see the stage. You're going to see the synergy units for that stage. If it's an event, if it's a story character, synergy units for that stage, they will appear on there. And you will see how many slots have already been filled. So, for example, for this one, 0 out of 3 have been filled. So that means I could take 3, or there are 3 slots available for me to take a unit onto there or try to fill those slots. This one is telling me I have 1 out of 3 already. So that means I have 2 available slots, and this one 2 out of 3. So I have 1 available slot left on that Lufenia to meet one of these conditions for one of these characters. So I highly recommend you guys try to stay on top of this. Again, if you cannot beat a Lufenia Plus stage, carry that character on a Lufenia just so you could stay on top of collecting these cores, because over the course of time, you're going to want these to create those Ultima Weapons, which we will talk about here in a second. Now, quick tip is that temporary missions, once those slots are gone, the Providence Core mission slots are gone, that's it. They are gone permanently until, for example, if it's an event, a character event, temporary missions, they're gone, that's it. Once their lost chapter comes back, that's going to be something completely different. So I would highly recommend you guys stay on top of the temporary Providence Core missions before they go away, just so you don't lose out on those 15 Providence cores. All right, friends. Now, once you have started collecting Providence cores, you're going to go ahead and create yourselves an Ultima weapon. But what the heck are Ultima weapons in Opera Omnia? Ultima weapons, they are literal stat sticks in the game. Okay, that's all they are, on top with some passive abilities, but they are stat sticks. Let me go ahead and show you the translations. So we're gonna be going over to the Dissidia compendium. I will leave the link down below in the description. So let's say you are on there, you didn't end up on the menu where I'm at, just be sure that you see the JP currently. You go to search, you go to gear, filters, UT, that's Ultima Weapons, and these are Ultima Weapons. There is 1 Ultima Weapon per category. Once fully limit broke, there are 5 limit breaks to break it. Once fully limit break, that character will have access to 200 CP, and they will have a cap increase based on what limit break they are. So at the very first limit break, this is the very same for all the Ultima Weapons. I could go to a different Ultima Weapon, and you will see the same passives. So at the at nothing, once you acquire an Ultima Weapon, you're going to see an increase to that unit's HP damage up by 10% and their maximum brave cap by 10% per limit break. That is further increase. So once you are at 5 limit breaks, you are looking at a total of 40% HP damage up for that character, and on top of a max brave cap increase by 40%. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then finally 40%. So that character is essentially going to be hitting that much harder, especially with their HP damage up. Now let's go back to the in-game menus so I can show you how to create them. Now there's going to be brand new menus for the Ultima Weapons. You can access that menu by either here, by clicking this tab right here next to your Providence cores, or if you go to the enhancements menu, hold on, let me drink some coffee right here right away. You go to the enhancement menu, right here. New menu is introduced. I'll talk about this one here in a second. So you click on that very first one. This is the Ultima Weapons menu. In order to create an Ultima weapon, it will take 50 Providence cores. Now, you guys heard me say it earlier, so I'll repeat it here again. There is going to be one Ultima weapon per category. Once you create an Ultima weapon, only one character can equip that on a team of that weapon category. Keep in mind that only units whose crystal level 90 is active, you take them all the way up to crystal level 90, they are the only ones that can equip an Ultima weapon. For example, let me guys show you my Yang, because I did create, let me see, where's Yang from? 4, right? All right, Yang and Ursula. Ursula has an Ultima weapon, all right, but she's level 90. Yang is not level 90. He cannot equip that Ultima weapon. He has to be crystal level 90. You guys see the 90 right there? That's what that is telling you. So if you want to equip an Ultima weapon, you have to take him up to crystal level 90. All right, so let's go ahead back to that menu. Now, you can't create one Ultima weapon per category, but you can create duplicates. So for example, let's say for great swords, okay, I'm a fan of Final Fantasy VII, so 3 great swords are already in Opera Omnia: Zack, Cloud, and Sephiroth. If I created one great sword Ultima weapon, if I have all 3 of those on the same team, only one of those units can equip that Ultima weapon great sword. If you create more than one, if you create duplicates, which is going to cost you 150 now, the very first one is 50 Providence core, any duplicates is 150. If you create an additional one, now you have 2 Ultima weapons in your inventory. 2 of those 3 characters can equip an Ultima weapon. So don't sell off any of their previous gears just in case, because if you sell off any of their previous gear, if available on the global side, they're going to be naked. All right, and they're the only units because that are going to be able to have access to Ultima weapon because you sold off their gear, and they're not going to have anything else in the damn game. All right, friends, so let me go ahead and scroll through these weapon categories if you would like to see them. All right, whips, spicy, from my kinky Opera players. But all right, now that we talked about creating Ultima weapons and creating duplicates, let's go ahead and talk about limit breaking them. In order to limit break an Ultima weapon, that is going to cost you 150 cores to limit break it. So from your very first one to the final, it's going to be a total of 800 Providence cores to fully limit break an Ultima weapon. As you can see right here with my greatsword, I chose the greatsword path all the way up there. All right, friends. Now, let's say, for example, later down the line, this shouldn't be introduced right away. It'll be at some point. You will have the capabilities to refund your Providence cores. All right, this is that menu. You click on that weapon, and it will give you everything back that you spent to fully limit break it. So this is once per month, and as the meta changes, in Opera Omnia, as it always does. And let's say, for example, great swords are no longer a thing. They're not popular. All right, ugh, that's so 2021. Come on, we're in 2022. What the shit? Let's say a different unit. Let's say javelins. All right, javelins are in. You can literally refund everything back once a month and go ahead and fully max out a different Ultima weapon, which is a beautiful, beautiful mechanic introduced into the game. I love that. So if you made a mistake, if you fully max out Ultima weapon, you're like, no, I'm not digging this anymore, you can reset it. Again, this might not be introduced right away to the global side, but eventually it will be brought in. I had to throw that out there. Now, when it comes to Ultima weapons themselves, when it comes to creating them, I would say go for your favorite characters, right? Or go for your attackers. If you are undecided on what to... Wait, let me back up here for a second. Players are probably going to approach 2 routes. You're going to hear two opinions, okay? You're either going to hear A, create one Ultima weapon per weapon category just so you could have an Ultima weapon and different unit types on the team with different weapons on there, just so you could further increase their HP damage increase and along with their caps. That's viable. Or you're going to hear players like myself who just literally focus everything into one Ultima weapon, just so, for example, here Sephiroth, my attacking type unit, he can fully benefit from this and just dish out even more damage. If you are undecided though, friends, I would say go into your team composition and scroll through your weapon categories and go for your favorites, okay? So let's say, for example, you are a fan of Zidane, you're a fan of Kai's, Pinello, you're a fan of Reno. Sorry, I'm blanking out here for a second. So many characters. Edge or even Ignis. Then go ahead and focus on the daggers. Or let's say you do like greatswords like myself. This was my thinking process. Greatswords. I like Sephiroth naturally, so he's going to have a greatsword. And there's a bunch of other great greatsword users. You have Cloud, greatsword, Zack, greatsword, Orin, Bane, Jet, Pain, Guy, Beatrix, who's still a beautiful unit. And that's how you could approach this way to create yourselves an Ultima weapon. Go through the weapon categories, find your favorites, see which Ultima weapon will fill the most characters that could possibly use it to create your very first Ultima weapon. Now, me personally, again, like you hear, I focused on one Ultima weapons when they were introduced onto the JP side of the game, because Strip Roth, let's be real, he's not naked on JP. That's only on Global. I only get the Mog Pass on JP, so on Global, you bet I am going to be focusing on the Greatsword because of these other wonderful units that we have. All right, friends, so that is it for this video. I can't think of anything at this moment. We did cover how to create the Providence cores. We covered where to get the Providence cores. We covered how to create the Ultima weapons. I don't think I showed the missions. The Mog Pass missions. There is going to be 2 premium Mog Pass missions that will give you additional Providence cores. So here we go. So my players that get the premium Mog Pass, I'm just going to show you that right here. All right, you get 10 and 10. So that's just an additional 20 that you could acquire from the actual Mog Pass. All right, friends. So we talked about how to gather the cores, how to create Ultima weapons, and that is it for this video, friends. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments your overall thoughts, your questions, if you have any. Again, if I will create a follow-up global guide if needed, if there's still a lot of confusion with the Ultima weapons or the Providence cores. And be sure to let me know who is going to be your very first Ultima weapon character. Me personally, I'm still going to follow the same. I'm going to go with the Greatsword, all right? I'm going to go with the Greatsword because we have Sephiroth on the horizon with the Burst Plus. We have Cloud with the Burst Plus on the horizon. Then we have Zack, Orin, all wonderful characters that could benefit from the Greatsword. All right, so who are you going to focus on, or are you going to spread the love across multiple Ultima weapons? All right, friends, so all your wonderful comments down below. And until next time, friends, good luck and have a good one.